Welcome back. This is take 2.5 of our return to Play by Slay, episode 16, I think. Although I don't fucking know anymore. Um, we've had a wild week at Play by Slay Studios as we were about to tell. Well, Trinity here was about to tell her story, so you can go ahead.
Okay, here's my story. I went to New York City for Pride. I live in like the Boston area, so I just had to drive about 3 hours. Guess what? It took about 6 hours to get there instead of three.
God damn.
Right? It was actually fucking crazy because it was Pride weekend and there was also a World Cup game in New Jersey. It was actually fucking brutal. The whole trip was brutal, I won't even lie. But
Yeah.
I was at the Pride Parade, day drinking, obviously,
Of course.
and I was packed in like a tight group of people. Like you remember Astroworld? You're familiar? Yeah, it was giving Astroworld. Everyone is so packed in tight with each other, and I'm so mad at myself because my drunk ass in that moment was like, hee, this would be a great time to pickpocket someone. Guess what? I realized is missing from my body 10 minutes later. My phone. And in my phone is a phone wallet which contains my credit card, my debit card, and my driver's license. So,
Wow, they really, whoever it was really hit the jackpot there, huh?
No, really, and you know what? They got a good amount of money off of my credit card before they shut it down. It was a good, like, $300.
But you get it back though, right? I mean,
what? Oh,
You get it back
yeah.
though, right?
I already told them it was stolen, and they'll, like,
Yeah.
credit it and stuff. But yeah, after I found out it was stolen, I was like, you know what? I have to pee so bad, so I'm gonna leave this for after I pee. So, I went into this, like restaurant, and there's a big line of people trying to pee, because in New York City there are no public bathrooms. There's a line of people trying to pee, and, like, right before I get to the front, then the toilet starts flooding. So, and then the owner just, like, they're like, hey, the toilet's flooding. They were like, that bitch clogged the toilet, it wasn't us. And then owner comes in, he's just like, everyone get out, no more toilet. And we're all like, no! So I'm just, like, running through the streets of New York, like, I'm literally about to piss myself. I go by an alleyway, and I see a guy peeing down, like, a sewer grate at the end of the alleyway, and his friend is, like, keeping watch for him. So I tell my friend, like, hey, go keep watch for me. I'm gonna go pee there, too. So I go pee there, too, after the guy is done. And then, the guy gives us his joint, and we smoke together. And
Nice.
it was a good time. But yeah, my phone was gone, and then I was with my friend, and toward the end of the trip, she left her wallet on the bus that we were on, and she had a tracker in it, and it was going the bus route, and then it stopped going the bus route, so I'm pretty sure that was stolen too. So yeah, we had to drive back without any driver's licenses, and I've been without a phone for a week, and now I have my new phone, and there's nothing on it. The last 7-8 years of my life fully erased. But you know what?
Oh my god.
That bullshit never mattered anyways. Start fresh. The past is behind you. The future is in front of you. Yesterday's history. Tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. So, yeah.
That is insane, Cope.
Right? Brutal. It's been a pretty brutal. I won't lie, it's been a pretty brutal year for me. From, like, this time last year, like, damn, I've gone through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, I just
Right?
like, I knew something was up because, like, after what, I think it was 2 or 3 days, your message, like, the messages I sent to you weren't going through, and I was like, I should probably, like, check because I don't know what's going on, but
I felt
man,
really
I just
bad.
like
Yeah.
really bad for what?
I felt really bad for you because you were like, oh, your location says you're in New York City. And I was like, yeah, I'm here for Pride. And you were like, oh, did you go alone? And then I went MIA. Like, literally my phone was stolen pretty soon
That's
after.
why I was freaking out, because I was like, I was discussing with Tori, I was like, at what point do I like, you know,
call my parents or something?
Yeah, or something.
No, but not like
I had no idea.
Yes. I'm glad you like DM'd my friend who lives here, right? And she was like, oh yeah, her phone was stolen. She was like one of the first people that I contacted because we work together, and I was like, if I like can't, well, I have to like call in. I can't like no call, no show. It would be really serious.
Right.
So I was like, you have to give me like the phone number for our job, and I had to like call in sick from work with like my friend's phone. It was so brutal.
Oh man.
Right? But you know what? I really love New York City. Wait, hold on. I kind of want to show the sports fans what I bought.
Oh great, I'm not going to be able to see this until after.
Oh yeah, you won't. Okay, well, I'll describe it to you.
Okay.
It's a framed picture of the New Yorker cover when the Knicks won. June 22nd, 2026. You can Google this if you want, like, New Yorker June 22nd, and you'll see it. But it's very beautiful, and they were selling it next to the Met, and I love it.
Oh yeah, no, that looks cool.
Mm-hmm. Everyone was still really excited about the Knicks, even though it was like 3 weeks after, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge deal. I mean, they had won in 50 years. It's like a big, you know, sense of pride for the city.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I like the people in New York City. People in Boston are mean as fuck.
I am curious though, like, could you tell that there were any non-Americans?
So I mean, like, there were definitely, like, non-Americans, but I don't know if I could, like, see anyone who I was like, they are definitely here for the purposes of the football game. Because New York City is just a big, like, international destination.
Right.
And my friend and I stayed in a hostel. It was called the International Student Center. It was actually really fucking nice. It was $80 a night, which was crazy. But almost everyone there were from like different countries and stuff.
Right.
But I think they were just like traveling. I don't think they were necessarily there for the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're traveling for the fucking, you know, $1,000 tickets for the World Cup, I don't think you're gonna be staying in a hostel.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting. Like, you know, I wonder if pickpockets knew that.
Right.
You know,
actually,
there's a big pride parade. There's a big football match. You know.
Literally, someone was telling me. It was the IT guy at my job. I told him, oh yeah, I was in New York City and got my phone stolen. First of all, I'll say this. I was like, I don't have a phone. And he had acted like I just told him I don't have a leg. Like, he's like, what? How do you not have a phone? What do you mean? I was like, can I just sign into my work email, please? And he's like, no, it's not possible. I'm like, what? It's not possible to sign into my email because I need, like, the Microsoft Authenticator. Anyways, he told me that he thinks that because the World Cup is going on, there are lots of, like, international people who are, like, pickpocketing. He was like, oh yeah, a lot of gypsies around, which I think is now like a slur.
That's a slur.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, okay, guy. But he was telling me all about how he thinks like the professional pickpockets are like coming from Europe and snatching stuff, which I wouldn't not believe him because just because like instantly after my phone was stolen, it was like turned off and stuff, and like, you know, just went MIA.
Yeah.
Well, I told you about Mexico City, right? The girl who stole my sister's phone, and we were able to like track it down.
I don't think so.
Wait, this is crazy. Like, since we have nothing not much to talk about. This is just Trin's story time.
Sure.
So when my sisters and I went to Mexico City for her bachelorette, for my older sister's bachelorette trip, we went to this club in Mexico City. Okay, I say the Pride Parade was like Astroworld. I have genuinely never felt more like suffocated in a public space than this nightclub. It was fucking insane. It was like 9 p.m. and like they were really packing as many people as they possibly could. Also, this place was a gay club that was like church themed, which was interesting. A bunch of like statues of like the Virgin Mary and like penises behind that. Like it was so funny. Anyways, I'm there with all of the bachelorettes from my sister's wedding, and also I'll just say her name, who cares. Also, Kimmy is there, because, you know, she's from Mexico, and she speaks Spanish and stuff. And she's there to be, like, our translator. So, my younger sister is dancing with, like, a girl in front of her and a guy behind her. And a second, and then the girl and the guy both leave. And she's like, oh, my phone is gone, but the bartender has it. And I'm like, why do you think the bartender has it? She's like, no, we're just going to ask the bartender. He has it. And then we walk up to the bartender. He does not have it. And so, I don't know if y'all know this, because I didn't know until then, but if you have an iPhone 15 or up, then you can do precision tracking on your phone, where it's the same as an AirTag, where it will literally point, and it'll be like, the phone is 8 feet in that direction, 7 feet in that direction, 6 feet in that direction. It's crazy. So I start tracking it, and I track it to the bathroom. Kimmy's following me, and I'm like, wait a second, wasn't that the girl that Michaela was just dancing with? And she's like, holy shit, it is. So we go up to her, and we're like, hey, do you know anything about this lost phone? And she immediately opens her purse, and she's like, no, I don't have it. Yeah, this is all in Spanish, by the way. She's like, no, and she's holding open her purse. Mind you, there are 2 phones in her purse. Not my sister's, but there are already 2 phones in there. Anyways, I go, I give the phone to Kimmy, and I was like, I'm gonna ask Michaela if she, like, used the bathroom, and the phone could possibly be in this bathroom. You stay here, do not let her leave this bathroom. So I go, and I look for Michaela, I can't find her, I come back, and Kimmy, they're, like, 4 security guards in the room holding, like, big-ass flashlights, shining them around in everyone's face, and Kimmy's pointing to her in, like, in Spanish. She's like, it's her, she's the thief, she fucking took the phone, she did it! And I'm like, wow, what's going on? And, the security guards were like, where is it? And Kimmy's like, everyone stop! And she goes up to, like, one of the bathroom stalls, and she feels behind the toilet, and she picks up my sister's phone from behind the toilet, and she goes, she stole it, and she stashed it behind the toilet so she could come back and get it later. And the security guard's like, I mean, I don't know if they had the authority to arrest her, but they escorted her out of the club. And the thing about that is, like, well, one, we were like, she must have been an amateur, because she should have turned it off the second she got it. But two, what else? I don't know. That's the story.
That's it.
That's the story. It's possible to get your phone back if you have precision tracking. That's the moral of the story. But yeah, so I'm like, it's not impossible to get a stolen phone back, and it's not impossible that the person stealing your phone is a dumbass who maybe has not a lot of experience stealing phones.
That's actually insane, though.
I can't believe I didn't tell you that.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. Yeah. But it's crazy that it happened to 2 of y'all in, like,
right? I can't believe I was the one to actually get it stolen, too.
Yeah.
Because I was so mad at her after. I was like, you dumb fucking bitch, put your phone. I mean, I didn't actually say that to her, but I was like, you idiot, who gets their phone stolen? Meanwhile, but this person must have been pretty good, because they stole it, like, fully out of my purse, and I usually, when I'm walking, like, hold my purse closed with my arm, so yeah, they must have been pretty good.
Damn.
Right? Brutal.
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
what's the sports news?
I mean, really just been watching the World Cup a whole
Mm-hmm.
bunch. I could, go into detail about every match, but I'm not going to do that. That's too boring. We do have a couple controversies though.
Wait, really
that are.
fast? I heard the game today was rigged. Argentina and
I
Egypt.
mean, we'll get into that.
That's
We'll,
what the
we'll get into
rumors
that.
say. Okay, go
We'll
ahead.
get into the because there's stuff behind there, but okay. So actually, Mexico, great segue. So Mexico, one of the co-hosts alongside the U.S. and Canada this World Cup,
Mm-hmm.
and there's been a couple controversies just regarding some of the advantages of home field,
Hmm.
and one of those being that Mexico, uh, they've played a few, a fair amount of games in Mexico, which is probably to be expected, right? Being one of the
Mm-hmm.
hosts. But the fans have taken it a bit too far. Like people, what they've been doing is like they've been following the opposing teams to their hotels and like just making a racket all night, just being obnoxious. And so
The
people,
Mexican fans?
yeah, like they're
Go
just going to
ahead.
the hotels and just being loud all night,
Oh,
just calling them
crazy.
names and playing loud music and all that shit. And so people have said like it's crossing a line because you know I don't know. I guess you could make the argument. I'm not really sure if
Where you stand?
yeah. I mean, what? Give me your thoughts. What do you think?
Well, tell me more. So they're harassing the other team's fans, or they're
No,
harassing the
no,
other
harassing
team?
the other team, like the players. They're
Oh,
following them
no.
into their hotels and shit.
Oh,
Or
wait,
not into
just
the
to like.
hotels, like outside, like
So
just
is
being
the
loud
purpose
and
of this to like keep them awake to
yeah,
like
just like
just to
make
like
sure that they're not
sabotage them?
rested or yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. I feel like if they're just like partying for the purpose of partying and like, oh, it's the World Cup, this is where the players are
Well,
staying, this is so exciting,
but that's the
then
thing though, is that's part of soccer culture is being obnoxious in ways that like aren't technically illegal but are like kind of
hmm,
morally dubious because like about all the flopping that goes on in soccer like there's a lot of times where like people just do shit to get into people's heads or be annoying like
I don't
so
know a lot about soccer except that it's just like so huge in other countries, but not as much in the U.S. So yeah, I don't know a lot about like soccer culture. But you know what I do know? You love the word dubious. You're always
I do
saying
love the word dubious.
you're always
Dubious is a
saying
great word.
dubious.
It is a
Um,
great word.
but what are is this like common for soccer fans to kind of
I
like
mean, I don't know because like I don't I just follow when the World Cup and like big tournaments happen, but
right?
they don't. Uh, Mexican fans do not have a very good reputation.
Ooh,
They're just kind of. I'm
assholes.
generalizing for the sake of the argument. I'm not, you
Mm-hmm.
know, per,
You're not
perpetuating
racist.
stereotypes. Yeah, I'm not. I'm
Racist.
Mexican, um, but they
Well,
yell
I'm
a
not
slur.
racist. I'm Mexican. Go on.
I'm not racist. I'm Mexican.
Go
Um,
on.
no, they yell they yell the B word. I don't know why I'm censoring myself, but they yell puto whenever the opposing team does a goal kick,
Yeah.
like in the stadium. You can audibly hear it on the broadcast, and they've been like sanctioned by FIFA for doing so, but they don't care. you know,
Mm-hmm.
like they're just loud and rambunctious, and
Yeah.
they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So it's kind of on par, and so people, like I said, people have kind of taken offense to it. But I think like at the end of the day, like it's not like they've been sent out by the Mexican soccer team or like the federation to
Yeah.
go do this. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're
It's just like
people
a
under their own
natural
volition.
part of the sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just being annoying to be annoying. Which,
Yeah.
hey, say what you want, but it's home field advantage. Like if the tournament were held in another country, you have the right to do the same thing, in my opinion. Like
Hmm.
so, maybe I do know where I stand on this one, but
This is interesting. I don't know where I stand. Cause on one hand, why can't we all just love each other? get along.
Because
On the other hand, this is fucking serious. This is serious shit going on. Like,
it is serious
it
shit.
is fucking serious shit. Like, no, this is serious. Like, we gotta take every advantage that we can get.
Yeah. So that's been one of the main stories. But like I said, these controversies that I was gonna tell you about don't even matter anymore because, well, both Mexico and the U.S. are out now. But
Damn. Well, what's the other controversies?
well, it's relating to the U.S. because
Ooh. Well, then I'm gonna hear it.
God, the dogs are so.
I know it. Hold on, let me close my door.
Okay.
Dior! See, I'll close my door, but then Ollie will start scratching on my door because he has separation anxiety and he has to be staring at me 24/7.
Yeah. So yeah, the U.S. Oh man, where do I even start? I mean, I'm sure you're aware of all the anti-American sentiment out there right now.
Right.
We're not doing any favors with the international community. But last week we played Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we won. But one of our best players, our forward, got a red card. Now this red card, do you know what a red card is?
Yes, you get taken out of the game and you have to miss the next game.
Wow. So you got it spot on. I didn't even think you were going to get the second part.
Didn't you tell me that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think in the last episode. See, no, like, okay, sometimes my friends will, like, ask me about sports, and I'm like, oh, well, guess what David taught me? guess what I learned on my podcast?
Yeah. So, yeah, he got a red card and was supposed to be suspended. Well, I should give you context. This foul that the referee called was bullshit. Like, everyone, like, these analysts and former referees, they were all like, this is a terrible call. Like, he should not have gotten suspended and thrown out of the game. Like, it was a terrible call. And because in slow-mo, it looks a lot worse than, game speed. So they tell the referees you're not allowed to look at these replays in slow-mo because it's kind of, it looks really bad. But that's what they did, and that's what the ref gave. So everyone, was up in arms about it. Me included. I was really upset. But
so
at the end of the day,
what was it that happened that made the red card?
So our player and their player were like fighting for a loose ball, and he kind of like stuck his foot out, and the other player's ankle just kind of landed underneath it. So it looked like
Yeah, it looks like
you can't.
Him. Yeah.
Like anytime spikes of the cleats like land on someone's leg, like that's a serious foul. Like you could break somebody's leg. So
Ooh,
yeah. So it looked bad, but most people agreed that it was not a red card. So people were very upset about it. I was upset about it. But he was suspended, and FIFA was like, well, that's he's just gonna miss the next game, whatever. And then 1 day before 2 days ago, Sunday, it was reported that the suspension was suspended. FIFA just came in and was like, it was still a foul, but he's not gonna serve the suspension for another year. Like a little probationary period. And their explanation was like not even, they were just like, okay, we're going to do this because we can. Like this rule says so. We can do whatever we want. So
it's just kind of giving the U.S. like a big advantage over other teams.
Pretty much. Like we're, going to miss one of our best players.
Yeah.
But we got him back. And later that day, it was reported that Donald Trump made a call to the president of FIFA and was like, hey, I need you guys to well, he didn't say I need you to overturn this, but he was like, I need you to review it. And,
No way.
it's like, it's kind of ridiculous, that the president can say this. Like, you're not supposed to put political party into
kind
this.
Of, that's kind
it's
of
horrible for the
whole
game.
point.
Sets a terrible precedent and just, so I was going to get into the Argentina stuff because there is a well-documented history of FIFA being very corrupt, and it wouldn't surprise me, if that was the reason why they decided to just say, fuck it, he can play. The U.S. has a lot of money. They've gotten the most attendance out of any World Cup to this day. You know, I'm sure there's lots of money going around. So, as you would imagine, people were pissed off that, you know, the orange man, the Cheeto guy, could just say whatever he wants. And it's just like, it was just a bad look for everybody. Like, it was just like a big fucking, you know, even say what you want about the U.S., like, you know, should we have interfered? Obviously not. Like, duh. But at the end of the day, it was FIFA's decision to just take the money, or like, you know, take this political sway. And, you know, people are all pissed off at FIFA for being this rigged, corrupt organization. And the old president was, you know, corrupt. The last World Cup was held in Qatar. Yes. Because Qatar basically bribed them. That was the whole reason why.
Wow.
So FIFA, very corrupt. But the U.S. played and got embarrassed, so it didn't even matter anyway. They just looked like shit. I'm not even going to get into it. The goalie was the worst I've ever seen. Just terrible, terrible defensive mistakes. Yeah, that was pathetic. But we're over that. On to 2030.
Yeah, fuck that. That's crazy,
big controversy.
That, man, I didn't know, like, FIFA was like just so like obviously corrupt, you know. I'm sure
they're very blatant.
Every sports league is like corrupt in some ways, but just like so loud about it is insane.
Yeah, I mean, that, like, I can understand it, and maybe other people could understand it too, if FIFA came out and they were like, hey, you know, this was a bad call, you know, this is the reason why it should be overturned, and we're going to overturn it. But they didn't do that. They were just like, this rule says we can do whatever we want, so that's what we're going to do.
That's so crazy. No, that's actually crazy.
And so, like, you know, Americans on the other side are like, well, this happened to Ronaldo because Ronaldo had a 3-match ban, and then FIFA was like, nah, he can play. So
okay. So it's happening.
People were like,
to other people too.
It's a little different because technically Ronaldo got the penalty before the World Cup started. The ban just carried over into the tournament.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is a little different,
I think that's valid.
It's still like star player favoritism.
Bending the rules for the star players. I see the comment.
You know, people on every side are all pissed off, and it's just a big fucking mess. Like, you cannot be just handing out random, arbitrary, corrupted, you know, rules just for the sake of star players playing.
No, really. Yeah, that's actually fucking insane. And, well, okay, maybe I'm just on, like, happy smiley side of TikTok and Twitter and stuff, but I thought that, not, like, aside from, like, the actual games and stuff, I've gotten a lot of stuff that says, like, the foreigners really like the U.S.
I hope so. I mean, there's been some good stuff too.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen good clips.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think I told maybe Tori, maybe you even the last week after or previous that, like, it is a net good, I think, to most people coming abroad, because America has such a bad reputation that I think it helps to have people come in and, like,
some fucking empathy.
Realize, like, you know, most people are normal and not freaking.
Yes, exactly.
Arrogant, racist idiots.
I saw a video of a German guy today who was, like, crying because he was like, America is so wonderful. He was like, I came here and I thought I would get shot, but I didn't. Everyone's so nice. it was kind of funny.
Yeah, no, people. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just, when I was thinking about that, I was like, okay, the odds that you'll get shot are not very high. Although I would say the odds that, I don't know about the rest of the country, but if you're in Texas, the odds that you've been in close proximity to a shooting are pretty high, you know? Like, there was, like, the shooting in my apartment complex where someone, like, got shot in the head. Like,
I you know, remember the 6th Street?
I'm like, shit's always happening in Austin. Yeah, you're like, oh, someone got shot at the nightclub that's 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, I, like, told my dad, or my dad were talking about it, and he like did not realize how close I was to that.
Yeah.
Like, literally like
Right?
down the road.
But
instead.
hey, as long as you're not the one like starting fights and shit, then like you're fine. It's usually
Yeah.
just the people in a fight who shoot each other, and then that's it. That's the most common, at least.
Most
That's
common.
the most common. I won't say it's the only option,
Yeah,
but it is
yeah.
the most common.
Yeah, but yeah, lots of good things hopefully from people. I mean, you know, there's I think there's a lot of negativity and you know the whole 250th anniversary of the country has got a lot of people like
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
I
But
forgot
I mean,
about
there's
that.
lots of good stuff too. You know, I feel like we get a bad rap for
Right.
like an overreaction to stuff about
Yeah.
like the bad stuff about our country is
Yes.
over dramatized. That's
Yes.
the word.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, and I'm sure other countries feel the same way. Like,
yeah,
which, yeah.
but what was I gonna say? Oh, so the Argentina stuff. So I was trying to give you context of like FIFA is rigged as fuck, and like Messi is the GOAT in my opinion. He's FIFA's golden boy, and like people just conspire that Argentina would like that FIFA would be upset if Argentina lost. One of their biggest star players is
Yeah.
gone. So
Yeah.
and it's his last World Cup presumably. He's 39
Yeah.
years old. So
Oof.
but yeah, Egypt was up
Damn.
2-0
Uh-huh.
against Argentina, and they even had a third goal, but it was disallowed. It was called back for a foul. So they were like really, they were really winning.
That's
and
crazy. Uh-huh.
Argentina scored 3 goals in the last 15 minutes to win the game.
Wow.
And Egypt, I was at work and like kind of on and off watching, so I don't know the full context, but like Egypt was pissed at the end of the
Yeah.
game. They were pissed.
Yeah. I bet fucking so. Like, that's pretty brutal. Yeah.
So that's why people were all saying that.
Yeah. It's funny because my job just has a lot of like international people because my job like sponsors a ton of visas. But I have a coworker from Ghana he was so fucking mad. He was like, "It's rigged! It's rigged!" He was walking around. He's like, "Trinity, it's rigged! Like the game's rigged!" And I was like, "No fucking way!" It was so. He was like I laughed, but I swear he was like really, really upset.
No, I'm sure people like have that legitimate opinion. Like,
yeah.
if there's any tournament that's rigged, like I choose to believe that the integrity of the sport is not determined by some arbitrary organization. But if there's any tournament that's going to be rigged, it's going to be one that FIFA hosts because they are so corrupt. But
wow, good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy about everything that I'm learning in this podcast. I was just teaching one of my friends who came to visit about like baseball and the Red Sox and that there's no like funding cap for the players. I was like, let me tell you about baseball. Yeah.
So knowledgeable.
No, right?
Well, I think that just about does it. I
Right?
can't speak English.
Yeah. It sure does.
So yeah.
Yay.
Good episode.
Yeah. I liked it. I like the part where I talked and talked and talked.
Yeah. That's what we have this though. I mean,
right, just so I can just really
Yeah.
yap and like get every thought out of my head.
yeah. I'm like the more the I was going to make a joke about like the cool therapist, like the cool uncle.
The cool therapist.
Yeah.
The cool therapist who lets you say like self-incriminating things but then like brushes it off. Oh, we won't get into that. I'll just laugh at your jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it there. To our our small audience, have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week.